Hey everybody, it's your favorite cryptid Gaz here, with a very special video. Today I am actually going to do a little bit of a history dive into a company that I just discovered. And this is going to tie into a doll unboxing only because I knew nothing about this company until the day I purchased the doll, and I would rather have a little bit of history while before going into the doll unboxing itself. So, not that long ago, I took a drive and I ended up at a doll shop in the Central Florida area. The place was called Judy's Dolls, and walking in, it's a very small shop. It has 3 rooms. It has the main shop, a side room with extra dolls, and then a back area where there's basically a nursery. Judy's Dolls specializes in the baby dolls, like those what I call real alive dolls. Like they meant to look very realistic, but baby dolls basically. And she had a cute little nursery set up with little babies in them, and then she had them all over the store. One of the other brands of dolls that this woman was selling were dolls from a manufacturer called Madame Alexander. I've never heard of this brand before, but they've been around for over 100 years actually, and they just celebrated their 100th anniversary, so I thought maybe I would just give a little spotlight for them, even though there are other people who clearly know about them, as anytime I posted the pictures of the doll shop and the Madame Alexander display that I saw, I had people freaking out going, "Oh my god, I haven't seen that name in forever." So that kind of tells me I've missed out. But I also just started very seriously collecting dolls not too long ago, so there are going to be older brand of dolls that go completely over my head because, you know, I only focus on the mainstream dolls that you can only find in big box stores like Target and Walmart. So I'm going to dive into a little bit of the history, such as Madame Beatrice Alexander. Oh god, that last name. Behriman? Madame Alexander, I'll just shorten her name, sorry guys. At the age of 28, founded the Alexander Doll Company in 1923, so obviously, yes, over 100 years. Having grown up with her stepfather's doll hospital on Manhattan's Lower East Side, she believed dolls should be played with and loved without breaking all of the porcelain dolls of her time and without sacrificing details or quality. Oh, okay. Her dad ran a doll hospital. That's pretty neat. I've also heard of doll hospitals as well. I've heard of them for like the baby doll and I think American Girl style dolls as well, where if something happens to them, like something breaks or like their faces are like kind of scuffed up, you take them to the doll hospital and they get repaired. And based on this history, it sounds like the doll hospital that her stepfather owned was for porcelain dolls. I cannot trust myself with a porcelain doll. I can't, because I have cats and I'm also a very clumsy cryptid, that if I were to spend the money on having porcelain dolls or like, you know, the China face dolls, whatever, on display, they would have to be behind glass on a sturdy case with the knowledge of nothing is going to shake them and break them. And to do that, I just avoid buying them all together. So, I like hard plastic dolls because at least if I break the doll, well, no, not break, if I drop the doll, nothing is going to happen. I really have to slam one of like the Monster High or the Rainbow High dolls against the wall in order for it to really break. And that's not something I would be doing as an adult. With her desire to make dolls that last along with her keen understanding of the value of doll play in teaching children kindness and compassion, Madame Alexander not only fulfilled her dream, but her dolls have been a part of American life for generations. Again, it's a shame that I'm only now just discovering these dolls. I feel like I've missed out on some history here. The only long mass-produced doll line that I've been aware of outside of things from Mattel and MGA has been the American Girl doll line. American Girl dolls have been around forever, in my mind, they were always in the back of the Sears holiday catalog, and I remembered as a child, I would circle always wanting an American Girl doll, but they're expensive. I don't know how expensive they were back in the 90s, but I've been to one of the stores recently. They're over $100, and that's just to start with the doll, not including any of the playsets, accessories, or other clothing. So, I can only imagine why my mom never got me an American Girl doll. One day I will have one day. So that's the brief history of Madame Alexander and her doll line, and quite honestly, taking what I just read and putting it to the doll I bought, I can see absolutely the passion there. After that brief introduction into the doll line I'm going to be opening today, now I would like to scoot over to the doll that I picked up. This doll came out this year for the 100th anniversary, and I'm excited to show you guys. Alright, so this doll is part of the It's All Me collection, and as you can see, she has the seal of certification, seal of authenticity, and certificate of the 100-year anniversary. So let me scoot myself over to get her opened. Alright, so like I said, she is part of the It's All Me collection from Madame Alexander. And then here is her seal saying the 100th anniversary. So she is an 8-inch doll. I only have a few like that in my collection. She's definitely a little bigger than the BFF dolls that I just recently opened, and she is a lot bigger than the tween OMG dolls in comparison. I will probably pull one of my rainbow highs to see the size comparison from one of them, since they are a taller doll. But, you know, let's open her up. Slide your air out. Oh my god. Oh, I might slide it out of the... Oh, okay. Alright, well, before I take her out completely, since I've messed up, her hair is held down by elastics. And I just went ahead and just whooped that completely. I think I might just take her hair out of the elastics and just restyle it. So, for right now, oops. There are many people screaming at me. Alright, so here she is out of her box. Do you have a name? Oh. Doesn't look like, unless, oh jeez. Doesn't look like she has a name. I think these are nameless dolls. But at the same time, she's got, please sit still. She's got this thing and it says, "Can you decode my dress?" And then when you open it, it's got not Morse code, it's got code in hearts. We're gonna decode this, but it's gonna be a time elapse. Alright. We decoded her dress, and it just says Candy. So I'm wondering if that is her name, or if that's just a little egg for her. Well, regardless, I'm not sure if I want to call her Candy. Like, there's no other signifier of saying if she has a name or not, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that these are a brand of nameless dolls, which is fine. Most dolls like that, where you're kind of like adopting a doll or something, typically don't come with their own names and you kind of name them yourself. I'm probably gonna throw a poll up on Twitter to name her, and I'll let Twitter decide on a name for her. I'll have to come up with like 3 different names for her. Those will be on camera, but yeah. So let's get into dissecting her a little bit. So she's an 8-inch. This is an 8-inch doll. And the thing about her that brought me to liking the doll was the fact that she has shoulder and elbow joints, and she has knee joints. Yeah. So they have knee joints, and then they have pelvic joints, hip joints. I don't know what people are calling them for dolls, but you know, so she can move her leg at the hip, at the elbow, at the shoulder, and at the knee. So I think that's really interesting articulation. Like, you don't see a lot of that in baby dolls. Like, again, like, you know, the fashion dolls have a lot of articulation, some more than others. When it comes to baby dolls, they usually can't move individual parts of their arm except for the shoulder. And again, with the legs, basically at the hip. So a doll like this, that obviously you play with this doll, like this is a doll that's meant to be played with. The fact that she has all of this articulation is nice, and I like that. And I think it's really cute. She has, so she has acrylic inset eyes. And she also has, my other favorite thing about her is she has full head movement. So she can turn her head to the side, and it'll stay like that. And she can move it back, and she can move it forward. So she has stable neck movement. So yeah, so her eyes are really pretty blue color. The fabric of the dress is super nice. It is hemmed on the edge here, so there's going to be no fraying. Again with the sleeves. The socks have hemming. Like, her entire outfit is really well made. This isn't going to fray or get worn down over time. It may tear if I'm really rough with her, but I don't see this fraying anytime soon, especially if I keep her mostly displayed until I'm like needing her for something. She also comes with fabric undergarments. You can remove those. I don't need to, but like, so she has fabric undergarments and everything. So I think that might be a telltale of if there's accessories for the doll line, you can probably change everything out. Maybe, you know, put her like in a two-piece, maybe skirt, top, maybe a bathing suit, sleepwear, like mini baby doll fashion. And that's probably what this doll has. You know, she has very basic shoes. It's almost like a seafoam with a ribbon imprint, and then very basic doll shoe. So yeah, and she's got pink socks. The hair, super nice, super silky. I'm not good with doll hair. I want to say that is nylon. That's probably not nylon. Someone can probably correct me and tell me what actually kind of hair this is. But it's super nice. It's got a rooting. Basically, it's rooted. She has a full head of rooted hair, and it parts down the middle. Like it's rooted nicely. You know, like I can't find like the underside easily. So like that's a good head of hair. And like I said, I've accidentally taken out her elastic, but I'm actually gonna remove this elastic as well. Kind of come out her hair. So yeah. And then she has a pretty sequence ribbon. It is elastic. So it sits snug on her head, so you can remove that. But overall, like, I really like this doll. It's definitely different. It's different than what I'm used to purchasing. But like I said, after purchasing the BFF dolls, I'm not afraid, or I'm not going to shy away from dolls that have this chunky body style, where they are mostly all leg, and like they have a very scrunched like torso. So I'm not afraid to buy a doll like this. I would definitely buy more from Madame Alexander. Maybe get her like a fashion pack or something. I'll have to see like what the online store offers. So, and she can stand on her own. You're now gonna fall over because I said you can stand on your own. Watch. You were standing on your own earlier. Don't do this. Ta-da! She can stand on her own. Alright, but I'm actually gonna have her sit. Okay, so she has a wide sitting, pose. Oh, she doesn't actually sit properly. She kind of has like that, like the Nana surprise thing going on. Ma'am. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to talk about her accessories. So she comes with 3 accessories. Interesting enough, she does not come with a hairbrush, but I have a million hairbrushes for her to use. So the first piece is a little bag. It's like a it's a gym bag style. It's in the shape of candy, and it's open, so you can put things inside. She doesn't have anything to put in there, but I have plenty of mini accessories. For her, I've got Twyla's right in arm's reach. I have Twyla's bunny. In comparison, it looks a little small, but it could be like a stuffed animal. So she could stick like her stuffed animal in there, and I don't have anything else in arm's reach at the moment. I only have the bunny, so like, you know, she can stick her bunny in there, or if she has any other thing around. So that's a super cute bag. I like that. I do like the candy theme on it. I definitely might put this with other dolls I have, especially like Candylicious or Jenna from BFFs. This definitely goes with their style of stuff. And then I could also mix and match bags for her. I'll just have to figure out what bag would be a good scaling for her. Given the size of this bag and looking at who currently has a bag right now off camera, I say the mini fashion stuff from Zuru will probably be the best things that are scaled. So if I decide she needs a different bag, I will just, you know, rummage through my mini fashion items for her. So there's that. The next item is her laptop, because again, her 2 hobbies are making candy and coding. So there it is. This might be something I think they must address. Yeah, so this also just says in the heart code. But yeah, so it's just a very basic laptop style. It's got a candy cow on the front here, and then, you know, the keyboard. This is definitely something where I might go in with a small paintbrush and maybe do a little detailing on the keys, just to kind of set them apart from the rest of the laptop, and maybe add tiny little stickers, because she seems like the type who puts stickers on everything. So, you know, maybe I can add just a few more extra stickers to her display, and then yeah. So that's her laptop, and I like the fact that it closes. Like, you can open and close it. That's pretty cool. So, you know, she could be on the floor with her laptop, committing crimes, committing tax evasion and tax fraud. Tax evasion and insurance fraud, that's what she does. That's her hobby. And then her other accessory that falls into her candy production hobby is this little gumball machine, and it rattles around. Oh, it has a little gear on the back, and you can twist it, and the red and yellow and blue balls inside move. That's really cute, actually. It's got a nice shaker noise. So that's really cute that she has like an interactive toy like that. Overall, this was a very, very interesting purchase. I don't know what I was expecting out of picking her up, but I'm genuinely not disappointed in this doll. She is very cute. She has all of the articulation that I like. Her outfit is super nice. She has very soft hair. She has very cute accessories, and she needs a name. So, like I said, we'll go to Twitter about that. There is nothing much more I can say about her at this time. She's going to be going up on the shelf. I'll have to figure out how to pose her, because she did come without a stand, which I understand, you know, the whole thing is she's meant to be played with, not just put on display. So she's not going to come with a display stand, much like the Monster High dolls. They are meant for play and not just display. So I'll have to figure out how to display her, because I don't think these display stands I'm currently using will fit around her chubby waist. So I'll probably just sit her down, or I'll just have her leaned up against something while I figure that out. I know there is like a type of putty, like a museum putty, I think it was called. You can stick to a surface and then put a item on top of it, and it's meant to hold it in place. And it comes up like residue free. It's something I do want to pick up, and I think for someone like her, or like for an item like her where she doesn't come with a display, but you know her shoes have enough area on them that she'll just sit up on her own. She just needs something stable. So yes, that's the end of this video, and thank you guys so much for watching and being here with me.